Good day, gentlemen of the press. You're welcome to this auspicious occasion. Like we introduced ourselves before now, we also have among us, which during the introduction, statutory representatives in our midst. We omitted it when we were trying to make this introduction formally. We have the representatives of NLC, TUC, we have representatives of NANS and National Youth Council. They are all here with us. That's to tell you the kind of formation we have. Please, this particular occasion is for us. We are bringing a good news to Nigerians. We are bringing a good news to the world. And this news is a news that bears the essence why equality, equity, fairness, and justice is important in our national development. Fellow Nigerians, today we gather as patriots, united in our quest for a more equitable and just society. Our nation, blessed with abundant resources and remarkable individuals, deserves a leadership arrangement that reflects the diversity and richness of our heritage. As well as we stand at this crossroads in our national growth, we recognize the imperative of power oscillation between the south and the northern region of this country. This is not merely a matter of politics, but a call to conscience, a demand for fairness, and a commitment to national unity and peace. Historically speaking, our nation has witnessed a disparity in power dynamics, with the North holding power for 24 years and the South for 18 years since the parliamentary democracy of 1957 to the constitutional democracy of 1999. The military regime notwithstanding. It is time to address this imbalance and ensure that every region has a fair opportunity to lead our great nation. The federal character principle, which seeks equitable representation in federal appointments and public resource allocations, didn't capture elective positions in its equality framework. We repeat, did not capture elective positions in its equality framework. Hence, we propose an explicit constitutional framework for power oscillation between the South and the North, allowing regional blocs to microzone the presidency and ensure every Nigerian has a voice in our national development. Alternatively, there should be an executive bill for electoral reform that will engender power rotation in all our political parties in order to maintain the ease of power equality across the sub-regions. We call on all patriots, therefore, stakeholders and organizations, political parties, especially the purported coalition platforms, to join us in seeding their presidential candidate or standard bearers to the South for the 2027 general elections, ensuring another tenure of 4 years to balance the disparity, as you can see in our banner. This is not a partisan issue, but a national imperative that will allow Nigerians on informed choices, make informed choices based on merit and ensure our nation's continued progress. We commit to leading the same campaign. For emphasis, we commit to leading the same campaign for the North in 2031, demonstrating our passion for equality and stability in nation building. We have designed a robust mobilization framework, which we call tripod mobilization framework, to actualize this mission, guaranteeing a minimum of 10 million voters before 2027 general election. And that we can do. And we believe that 80%, based on our strategy, will be from the North. This will favor virtually every certain candidate based on our strategy. Together, we can build a Nigeria that is truly inclusive, where every citizen feels valued and empowered to contribute to our collective progress. Let us, therefore, march forward with a renewed sense of purpose and hope, driven by our shared humanity and love for this great nation called Nigeria, because we do not have any other nation aside Nigeria. As patriots, we are committed to promoting equality, justice, and inclusivity in our leadership arrangements. We are for nobody. For emphasis, we are for nobody, but for a Nigerian president of certain extraction come 2027. And same fate shall be seen, and we will lead the campaign aggressively during 2031 general election for the northern candidates. We look forward to partnering with the Federal Character Commission, organizations and individual patrons who share in our vision for a more equitable Nigeria. Together, we can achieve a great nation. God bless Nigeria. God bless South North Progressive Forum. Thank you for your attention. We captured in the speech that the microzoning is one of the key major considerations in this power balancing. But it's not in our position to decide or to determine. But that's what we called for constitutional framework, because some people will say this is a gentleman agreement. It has been a kind of unwritten agreement between the North and the South. In fact, some said it was PDP arrangement which was unwritten. Now they want to thwart it and doing it however they want, which has caused a kind of a rift, caused a kind of agitations in different quarters. Yes, microzoning we preach, and microzoning we believe in. But the truth is, the bloc, either of the South or the North, when this is given to them, Nigerians, unquote, Nigerians, we now decide, based on what we captured, we now decide and determine in which zone they would want this president to come from. Our commitment is that this will be streamlined. There should be a framework so that, like in this present dispensation now, this, as the political atmosphere is being charged, there is this coalition, we call it purported because it has not been officially announced. There is this consideration of different platforms. There are many people from the North, specifically one of our own, who had been in this game serially, is also coming forth to say, though it has been rumored, is interested to head the coalition. And that is what we're saying. Consider the imbalance we have in the power block, in the power arrangement, from this parliamentary democracy of 1957 to the Fourth Republic, where we have a constitutional democracy. Let us balance this first between the North and the South. Now, going forward, in between these blocks, let Nigerians, let the elites come together. Like you talked about Southeast. Yes, when it comes to the South, you come to the South, it is in record that Southeast has not produced. It is Nigerians that when I look at, okay, this has gone to the South. All the political parties have moved all their candidates to the South. Now, it is the turn of Southeast to decide. It is the turn of Southeast. Nigerians will say, okay, fine, let's follow Southeast. Okay, Nigerians can say, it is the incumbent to finish his tenure, then before he comes back to South, then he will go to Southeast. Fine and good, Nigerians will decide. Whoever are in the South, our body is saying, whether it's going to the Southeast, whether it's going to the Southwest, or going to the South-South, wherever it's going to go, First, let our northern brothers, mostly the head of the coalition, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, and Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, and every other personality in the north that are agitating for this coalition should look south so that we can maintain peace and harmony. We can maintain a sustainable economic development across the region. We can douse down this tension, this regional tension that we have within and around our space. That is what we're preaching. Into this, in our view, share into our vision to ensure that we build a greater nation. We encapsulated it in there. We are going to strategically, the body, we have our political department, where this matter is going to be practically looked into. Every gray area, we will make our recommendation. Of course, we are not enforcers. The House is working towards what we call electoral reform. And we know that they are trying to capture some of these reforms in their noticed over time that there is this imbalance, this inequality in the way of promotion, appointments into different agencies of the government. So, partnering with all these organizations and all these establishments is a course that we are charged to follow. So, INEC is not ruled out. It's not something we are going to tell you what we want to do with them, but we have something coming for them. Thank you. Please, I would like the spokesperson
be the arbiter between the parties, or amongst the parties. So what we need to do, part of what we have begun to do, is to set up an effective mobilization structure such that mobilization processes, monitoring, and vigilance becomes the issue. First and foremost, we have a target for a minimum of 10 million membership, who, by the grace of God, we vote in line of the decision of leadership, because it's going to be a collective decision. So by the time we set up our mobilization structures and are able to put in place effective monitoring to the point where election results can, even on a parallel basis, be collated, be displayed, because, for instance, we had the issue of glitches, notwithstanding that the last system provided for the IREV, where we needed to have parallel systems to upload the INEC from EC8A and to display them, and to ensure that from the polling units, the results that took place at the polling units are properly collated, to the point where INEC will not be the only party to have this information. So part of what we are going to do, the structures we're already putting in place, is to have ICT solutions, put in place polling unit structures to the point where elections from the polling unit are canvassed properly, are recorded, and also transmitted on a parallel basis side by side, so that even our own display window will be able to reflect what transpired at the polling unit, to compare with exactly what is being announced. However, we will have no power to announce election, but we have powers to have parallel results from the transmissions at the polling unit. So that way, Nigerians, for the first time, by the grace of God, in 2027, are truly going to see an electoral process at that level that is going to be free, fair, and credible, because of the parallel arrangements we are going to put in place to compare with the INEC system. So this is how it's going to pan out, ultimately.